Picture an animal that is more venomous than a king cobra, can hold its breath for hours, and breathes through its skin. Now imagine this creature isn't some mythical beast, but a real-life reptile gracefully navigating the coral reefs of the Pacific and Indian Oceans. This is the world of the sea snake, one of the most uniquely adapted and misunderstood animals on the planet. From their land-dwelling ancestors to their complete mastery of marine life, these serpents have undergone one of the most remarkable evolutionary transformations known to science. Today, we're diving deep into the insane biological adaptations of sea snakes and uncovering how these reptiles conquered the ocean. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of today's sea snakes were not swimmers, but land-based hunters. These terrestrial reptiles belong to the elapid family, a group renowned for its potent venom, and including some of the world's most feared snakes, like cobras, kraits, and mambas. But a lineage of these snakes began to venture into coastal habitats, finding a rich new world of food and opportunity at the ocean's edge. Over countless generations, they underwent a profound evolutionary shift, trading a life on land for one beneath the waves. This transition gave rise to the approximately 70 species of sea snakes we see today, inhabiting the warm, shallow waters of the Indian and Pacific Oceans. You can find them gliding through vibrant coral reefs, hunting in murky mangrove forests, and navigating the coastal regions of Southeast Asia and Australia. These marine reptiles are generally divided into two major groups, each representing a different stage in this evolutionary journey. First are the sea kraits, the semi-aquatic members of the family. While they spend much of their time hunting in the water, they retain a connection to the land, crawling onto shore to rest, digest, and lay their eggs. On the other end of the spectrum are the true sea snakes. These serpents are fully aquatic, having severed their ties to the terrestrial world completely. They are born, live and die in the ocean, never once setting a scale on dry land. This complete commitment to a marine existence has driven the evolution of some of the most extraordinary biological machinery in the animal kingdom. To survive in the ocean, sea snakes had to become incredibly efficient predators, and their most formidable tool is their supercharged venom. While their land-dwelling cousins are notorious, some sea snakes have evolved venom, making them among the most venomous animals on Earth. This isn't for show, it's a critical adaptation for hunting in a three-dimensional aquatic environment. On land, a snake can bite its prey and track it as the venom takes effect. But in the ocean, a bitten fish could swim far away into a crevice or the open water before succumbing. Sea snake venom, therefore, is designed for one purpose: instant immobilization. Their powerful neurotoxins shut down the prey's nervous system almost immediately, ensuring it cannot escape. To deliver this deadly cocktail, sea snakes have evolved a specialized biting apparatus. Unlike vipers with long hinged fangs, sea snakes possess short, fixed fangs at the front of their mouths. This allows for a quick, precise, and efficient injection of venom with minimal effort. Their venom glands are also highly developed, capable of producing and storing this complex chemical weapon. Despite this incredible potency, sea snakes are remarkably placid and shy creatures. Human bites are exceptionally rare and almost always occur defensively. The vast majority of incidents happen when fishermen accidentally haul the snakes up in their nets, causing the terrified animals to bite in a panicked attempt to escape. When left undisturbed, they pose virtually no threat to divers or swimmers. Living underwater presents an obvious challenge for an air-breathing reptile: how to stay submerged long enough to hunt and hide. Sea snakes solved this problem by re-engineering their respiratory system. They possess a single enormous lung that stretches almost the entire length of their body. When a sea snake surfaces, it takes a quick, deep breath, filling this massive internal reservoir with air. This lung then acts as a biological scuba tank, allowing the snake to store a vast amount of oxygen. For some species, a single breath is enough to sustain them for hours underwater, enabling them to patiently hunt for fish in coral crevices or rest on the seabed without the constant need to return to the surface. This adaptation is central to their success as marine predators, giving them the freedom to explore and exploit their underwater environment. But an oversized lung is just one part of their respiratory toolkit. In a stunning example of convergent evolution, many sea snakes have developed an ability that is exceptionally rare among reptiles. They can breathe through their skin. Known as cutaneous respiration, this process allows them to absorb dissolved oxygen directly from the water into their bloodstream. Their skin is thin and covered with a dense network of capillaries, creating a large surface area for gas exchange. This underwater breathing can account for 20 to 30% of their total oxygen intake, supplementing the supply stored in their lung. This remarkable hack reduces their dependence on surfacing for air, which in turn helps them conserve energy and avoid exposure to surface predators like sea eagles. It's a biological superpower that further cements their status as masters of the marine world. Of course, living in the ocean means constantly ingesting saltwater, a fatal problem for most terrestrial animals. Sea snakes, however, have evolved their own built-in desalination system to cope with this. While hunting and even just moving through the water, they inevitably swallow seawater. To prevent deadly dehydration from the excess salt, they are equipped with specialized salt-excreting glands located around their tongue sheath or in their lower jaw. These glands work tirelessly to filter salt ions from their bloodstream and expel them as a highly concentrated brine. This biological machinery functions like a sophisticated desalination plant, allowing them to drink seawater and maintain the delicate salt balance in their bodies. This is a classic case of convergent evolution, as other marine animals have independently developed similar solutions. Seabirds have salt glands near their eyes that cry out salt, while marine iguanas famously sneeze it out. To move with grace and power through the water, the sea snake's body plan has been completely reshaped for an aquatic life. Their most defining feature is a laterally flattened, paddle-like tail. While a terrestrial snake's tail is typically round and tapered, a sea snake's tail acts as a powerful oar, providing thrust with each sinuous side-to-side movement. They swim with an elegant, wave-like motion, much like an eel, propelling themselves forward with remarkable efficiency. Their bodies are also streamlined to minimize drag, and many species have lost the broad belly scales that their land ancestors used for gripping surfaces. Since they no longer need to crawl on the ground, these scales have become reduced or are absent entirely, further perfecting their hydrodynamic shape. These adaptations allow them to glide effortlessly through coral reefs, execute tight turns, and produce sudden bursts of speed to ambush unsuspecting prey. The final step in conquering the ocean was to sever the last tie to land, reproduction. True sea snakes have achieved this by evolving to give birth to live young, a process known as ovoviviparity. Instead of laying eggs in a nest, the female retains the eggs inside her body until they hatch. She then gives birth to a litter of fully developed miniature sea snakes directly into the water. These newborns are independent from the moment they emerge, equipped with the instincts to swim, hunt, and survive on their own. This adaptation allows their entire life cycle to unfold at sea. Courtship is an aquatic ballet, often involving multiple males wrapping around a female in a mating knot. In contrast, the semi-aquatic sea kraits still follow the ancestral reproductive strategy, returning to land to lay their eggs in coastal caves or crevices, showcasing the evolutionary bridge between land and sea. In their ocean home, sea snakes play a vital role as mid-level predators. They specialize in hunting fish, eels, and crustaceans, helping to control these populations and maintain the delicate balance of the coral reef ecosystem. A healthy reef is a complex web of interactions, and by keeping certain species in check, sea snakes contribute to the overall health and biodiversity of their environment. However, these unique reptiles face a growing number of threats, many of them human-induced. The most significant is bycatch, as thousands of sea snakes are unintentionally caught and killed in commercial fishing nets each year. They are also threatened by the degradation of their habitats through coral reef decline, coastal development, and pollution. Plastic waste and chemical toxins in the water pose a direct danger to their health and survival. Despite their fearsome reputation, encounters between humans and sea snakes are typically peaceful. Divers and snorkelers often share the water with these reptiles without any issue. While naturally curious, sea snakes are not aggressive and will almost always swim away when approached. They are a testament to the incredible power of evolution, a living story of a land animal that dared to return to the sea and against all odds succeeded. From their deadly venom and scuba tank lung to their skin-breathing and built-in desalination plants, sea snakes are undeniably some of the ocean's strangest and most fascinating reptiles. Their continued survival depends on our ability to protect the fragile marine ecosystems they call home. Now, if you enjoyed this mini documentary about sea snakes, make sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts on the sea snake. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe to support us. Thank you for watching.